Welcome back. Now we'll take your questions. If you have a question yourself, send it to us at QuranSpeaks.com. So Dr. Shabir, the question today, this is one part of it, and we'll save the other part for later. The Quran says Allah guides whom He wants, and if He makes someone go astray, you won't find a way for him. So what is the point of Muslims doing jihad or dawah to convert people if only Allah can do it? And this question is being asked. Someone said, I'm an atheist.
Okay, well, first of all, we shouldn't be doing jihad to convert people regardless of anything else. That's not the meaning of jihad. That's a distortion. But as for Allah guiding people, so what's the point of doing dawah, giving them the message if it's only God that will guide them? May as well pray to God and say, God, guide that person. And if God didn't guide the person, pray some more for God to guide the person. What's the point of giving dawah? So the atheist seems to be right in pointing to a certain problem here in the way in which things are commonly said. But the background of this and the reality is that when the Quran tells us about what God is doing, that does not exclude the fact that the flip side of that is that there is a human process or a natural process behind it. So we say, for example, God gave me this baby, thank God. But of course we know there's a mechanism by which babies are born. So saying that God gave me the baby is not contrary to applying all of the mechanisms and doing all of the right things to have a baby. And it goes for the food we eat, the water we drink. We always thank God, we give Him the credit, but there is a process. So what's the process here in terms of guidance? If a person is seeking guidance, he will get the guidance. And we say that God guided the person, but that doesn't mean that the person wasn't seeking the guidance himself or herself. Maybe somebody was reading a book, maybe they spoke to somebody, they watched a documentary, and in all of these different ways, they have been guiding themselves. So we can say that God guided them, or we can say that they guided themselves. And the misguidance is just the reverse of that. A person is going into wrong things and seeking things that are contrary to the ways of God. So that person is seeking misguidance, and we can say that God misguides this person as well. So nothing happens without God's will and permission. But God allows a certain scope for human choice and freedom. So when humans apply their choice of their freedom of choice in either choosing good or bad, we say that God is either guiding them or misguiding them. It's like they're two sides of the same coin. We can look at it from one side and say that God is acting. We can look at it from the other side and say that the human being is acting. So if we say God is acting, we're not excluding the fact that the human being is doing it as well. They're working in parallel.
So it's about both parties doing their part.
Exactly. Now, the Quran, of course, is reminding us of that which we don't see. We see the natural processes, so the Quran doesn't have to actually tell us about the natural processes, though sometimes it does. But mostly the Quran emphasizes the divine action, which we would not have thought about so much. The Quran is emphasizing that because that's the purpose of the divine revelation, to reveal to us the secrets about God as much as would be beneficial for us here in this life at this point.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Dr. Shabir.
You're welcome.
Hey YouTube, we hope you benefited from this video. If you liked it, or if you didn't, let us know in the comments below. And if you're interested in learning more, check out some of our other videos. And don't forget to subscribe so you can get new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.